You're delayed. And we're live with more
And we're live.
Embers of the Phoenix. Anyone want to do a little recap, or I can give you where you left off?
Last session we went giant stomping. We followed up on what was going on with the how did we get to where we were?
You want me to help?
Yes. I remember something about goblins and then getting there.
Yeah, so we were going to check in on the mines, and the halfling said that there were goblins wreaking havoc, and we heard some dogs, so we decided to try and go about it using diplomacy instead of violence, since we have two goblinoid creatures in the party. And they said, the goblin said that there's a two-headed giant that makes them work in the mine, and there are also other goblins and orcs that he's basically kept in a prison work camp. So we decide to go in disguised as prisoners of the goblins to try and defeat the two-headed giant. We see some of these bluish glowing mushrooms that later we find out the giant eats, and they help heal him. The giant is an Eden. I forget, is that a race of giant?
Yeah, two-headed giant.
So we got into combat and we knocked you unconscious, and he ate some of the mushrooms, so we packed him up. We tell the goblins to mark their camp and that we will leave it alone, but the orcs decided that they would prefer to go home instead of working for the mine. We revived the giant per Ronald's direction. His name is Barter, I think. And he said he works for himself, but that there's another giant that takes the iron. And we kind of struggled to figure out what do we do with this guy. But he also said that there is a shaman goblin in the cave that could help with translation. Said there's a giant, and he's a slave of that giant. It would take 20 to 30 giants like him to take down the master giant. And eventually Barter agrees to go to the city prison with us. We randomly encountered someone who seemed to have fallen in a pit and said his leg was broken, and he drops the rope down, but he didn't come back up, so that was just kind of weird. We gave him some mushrooms, forgot about that, to help him heal, and then we continued towards Rachel, and then the guards helped properly detain Barter the giant, and then we went and checked in with Gabby, who gave us each a gift from Bissy, which was a green ring of chameleon power. Oh, no, sorry. He gave us, that's separate, a green ring to help us blend in more. I guess it was one ring. That was it. Not
the one ring, yeah.
Yeah, and I went to Zoo. And then we also got 500 platinum from Bissy. And then Ronald randomly started asking us questions to get us know us better. And some people in the party were annoyed because they're like, it's past my bedtime. What are we doing? And Ronald says he's willing to learn Goblin, so I teach him that attack is roar.
Rawr.
That's all I had.
Yeah, pretty much covers it. You guys are back in the town. I believe you ended the session in the tavern, just getting to know each other better, and I guess figuring out. Yeah, and then I guess in the morning you guys want to figure out what you want to do.
Yeah. So the first thing I want to talk about when everybody gets up is, all right. So we got a lot of money, at least a moderate amount. I got some ideas for how we can spend it. I've been looking at all of you, keeping an eye on what you got, and I think there's some useful things I can do for you. First of all, Arthur, you're running around here without magic helping you out at all, just about. That should be fixed. I can enchant your armor, and I can enchant your shield Your little buckler there. Give you a little bit more defense. Make you harder to hit about 10% more often. D, I noticed that you're sitting there with an unmagic shield. Can give you a little bit of help there too. Should increase your reduce your chance of being hit by about 5%.
This all sounds great. Let's do it.
Problem is we're looking at time. And
what about time?
We don't exactly have lots of it. Well, we can either take some time away from doing things, and I can work on building these, and that'll make it so it'll take about 3 days. Otherwise, we're probably looking at least 6 days before I finish these things up.
Maybe prioritize getting them done sooner.
All right. Well, we do have 3 days before the dwarves show up, so we could spend that time around here, and you guys could do some things while I'm working on this.
I want to give my character chameleon effect as like a flaw and keep mimicking your accent, like badly.
No, you already did that with a character.
Oh no, we won't talk about my attempt at African accents. It's not going well.
Oh, I more meant when you were playing Gimbal back in the day, and you were trying to take on every accent I did.
Oh yeah, that didn't work either.
But the couple other things I want to get made. So that only cost us about 20% of our money. The rest of it would be good if I need to use in order to give myself a new set of gloves. I could use some gloves that'll make it easier for me to make items for everyone. But that's gonna take quite a bit of time, 2 more days on top of things. But if I don't have those gloves, it's unlikely I'll be able to make any of the better stuff I have planned, which would be the belts for all of you.
So you'll do the gloves first then?
I need to do the gloves first. But that's after I do your armors.
Oh, the armor, then the gloves, then the belts?
Yes.
How much time for everything do you think?
Altogether, I'm looking at, if we were to not do anything, 9 days, or if we do it while still doing things, 6 and 4, it's 10 plus 7, 17 days.
Is there anything that any of us could do to help make it any faster?
Not unless you're all particularly adept at making items.
I mean, I'm very good with a sword.
You gotta be good at making a sword. You ever built a sword before?
No.
Well, then unfortunately you're probably not gonna be of much help.
Hey, there's nothing that needs to be, like, sliced?
Afterwards, yes. You'll want to test it. Make sure I didn't screw it up in some way. I've heard rumors that you can make a sword by accident that will make the sword stab its owner. I hope I don't end up with one of those.
You better not.
Well,
I don't know that I want you working on other stuff. Seems
that's
like
what the gloves are for.
Distracted.
The gloves are there to help stop that from happening.
No, I meant it might be better for you to just focus on making stuff rather than like going back and forth making stuff and doing stuff, and I want you to get burned out.
Yes, but there's so much to do.
And so little time?
There is no life on it.
Those are my suggestions.
My suggestion is you do work on your item crafting solely until you're able to get it done.
Well, I don't want to take too much time. I think the armor we can rush. The rest of it we probably shouldn't. But we can see where we're at in terms of what's going on at each time.
You don't want to do everything at once?
No, let me start on the armor for now. Will that work? I'll spend the next 3 days working on upgrading the armor. And then the rest of you can find some stuff to do. I heard there was that goblin issue. Perhaps the 3 of you should be enough to handle it.
Which goblin issue?
There was a guy with his home was overrun by goblins.
I think we should do that without you.
You could at least investigate what's happening. I can't exactly sneak around. Perhaps you could at least get some details.
Yeah, I guess we could look into it. I just, I've always heard.
Look, typically
split up.
Typically, goblins are no good at seeing things. Okay, they're very narrow-minded. Just throw something shiny near them, and they'll all go attack it.
This is very judgmental. I will not have it.
I said that's what I've heard.
Right,
I'm not saying that's how it is.
Right here, and you could ask them.
All right, Zoo. I take out some coins. Looky, looky.
By the way, you're going to have 2 characters jumping for something shiny. That's not fair. He's going to resist the urge to immediately go for the shiny item.
All right, well, I suppose maybe they're not. It's not always true.
Okay, so
I still think it would be best if the 3 of you took some time investigating it, see what you feel like the difficulty is, and if we need to, we can pause. I can pause what I'm doing, and I can join all of you.
That sounds good to me. I'm willing to try it out. I think we could make it without Steve's character. If not, we'll get ourselves in a mess of trouble.
Zoo, hello.
Good with me.
All right, settled. I'll get to work. Oh wait, downside here. I realize I need one of your suits of armor to start our shield. Well, I figure it's probably less useful right now for you then that you have your shield. So why don't you, Osrin, why don't you leave your shield with me, your buckler with me, and I'll get to work on that. I think it's of the smallest benefit to you to have a buckler. Don't see that little tiny thing blocking too many hits without magic helping put it in the way.
If you don't want to, I'll be glad to do my buckler.
Oh, you have a shield. It's a little bit bigger.
Oh, that's true.
Suppose, though, it's probably roughly the same. Maybe a little bit better, though.
Now, where is it, the wealthy man whose estate is overrun with goblins?
Did he tell you where? I think he did.
I don't know, I didn't.
I'm just trying to remember, consulting my notes. Yeah, I guess I didn't write it exactly down, but I think he put it on your map where it was. And let's see if I have... Yeah, so you guys would know it'd be about 2 hours out of town.
Is there any research that we can do ahead of time?
About what? Like who this guy is, or like what do you want to research?
Yeah, so like maybe talk to some people who might, have some knowledge about him. I don't know if there might be anything at the library kind of like about the estate in terms of like, how big is the land he owns, any like maps of the property that would be, like on record, like the library, but like at the, recorder of deeds or whatever.
Yeah, you could definitely find that sort of stuff out.
And I would also just want to ask anyone who's heard about it, like, so I think we heard that it was like a shaman or two, some bowmen, some swordsmen, etc. But like, if people have any sense of like quantities of goblins, like, was there any specific motivation of why they did this to this person? Just like any background about the situation.
We do some investigating.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like it's right the kind of thing, like...
Yeah, so the library is not really going to help with that sort of details, but you can talk to the man and his staff and get an idea on those sort of things.
Is he 2 hours away, or is he staying in town?
He's in town. Okay. The estate is 2
What's
hours
his name?
away. Yes, 1 second.
Did knowledge local help at all?
Did you roll it? Sorry.
Oh, no, I didn't want to.
For what? What are you trying to find out?
Any lore, Ho and Stowe about this event, like, we were trying to find out, like, how many goblins or if anybody had heard anything.
Is this missing the 1d6 still?
No, it's, oh yeah, it isn't in there.
The heck is going on? Let me just quickly look at that. Why did I miss some knowledge or something? This is from your expanded...
This one's just the regular investigator inspiration ability for knowledges.
Oh, hello, music.
Oh, I think I had them on the...
Oh, yeah, they're programmed into the other one.
Yeah, let me just quickly fix that.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. 1d6, and then this just needs to go to all the knowledges, or was there anything else I need to put it on?
All knowledges, spellcraft, and linguistics. But only if there are ranks in it, no.
Would this work if I just did all his in checks? Or, because now all of those use
that would be too much, I think, right?
Yeah.
No, because he also gets to UMD.
But I thought it said it made those like based on int now too or something. Or maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah, but he doesn't get a D6 to UMD right now.
Okay.
So if you did all int, it would apply
I don't
to
get
some of the
anything
skills.
for use magic device.
Yeah, it would apply to some of the other things. And diplomacy.
But yeah, you guys, without me looking at my note, I can just start giving you guys details while I do this. So if you talk to a staff, you guys can give me a diplomacy check. And I'll just take your highest plus any assisting you guys want to do, just to see how much detail I'll give you guys.
I mean, he is our backup diplomatator.
I'm there for the assist.
Excellent.
There should be another 4 on that, Charles, for some reason, or John, for some reason it didn't add, it added charisma still. I'm changing it right now, though.
It's in the notes for some reason.
Oh, wait, no, that's why, because it's on, oh no, because he took, he's also got Student of Philosophy, which lets him use it on, what I'm trying to bring over is Student of Philosophy from the thing. It allows you, Student of Philosophy allows you to use your int in place of diplomacy for, God damn it, somebody else is playing on the sheet.
Sorry, that was me.
Oh, it's just annoying because anytime anything is clicked on the sheet, it closes any other expanded window that somebody has. But it's diplomacy to... I can't even fucking read the ability. Here, I'm just going to roll it into the chat.
Oh, I have it here for you. It's diplomacy and bluff.
But one is for diplomacy for persuading. The other one is for diplomacy for gather info.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
That's the two of them chained together.
this trade does not affect diplomacy to gather info.
Right, but the other part does. So if you read the way the empiricist ability works for their second level talent, it allows you to use it for gather info.
All right, whatever. So there's a 4 on top of it. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
So 21 and...
Yeah, it'll be correct going forward.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize I only had it for half of it. Thanks for pointing that out.
Normally it is only for half of it, but now it's the total because you've got student philosophy.
So the guy's estate, his name is Yasmin Casper. And he will directly tell you with that check, you'll get an audience with him, and he'll let you know that it was, it happened quickly and overnight, so you won't have like a good reading of how many there were, but they outnumbered his guard, so there's at least 10 goblins, and 3 or 4 spellcasters amongst them, so like those shamans or a wizard or something. He doesn't know how to distinguish between them, but he saw like 3 or 4 additional ones in robes, zapping, throwing out some random spells at his guard and stuff. And I can bring you to... He can give you... He has a map of his property. I'm just seeing if I have the correct one I wanted to show you.
Did he have any sense of the motive, like why he was selected?
He'll tell you he has no idea. He thinks it's just like a random, like... Well, I guess you're a hobgoblin and there's a goblin here too. He's about to say, oh, that's just what they do. You know, I don't know. That's... Maybe they're just a wild band of, you know, banditry type thing going on. But let's see if I have the map.
So you were able to just get away unharmed?
Well, I did. Luckily, I employed the finest guards in Rachel. I lost a man or two escaping, but they did their job protecting me.
Is there anything you're doing to try and reclaim your property at this point? Anything you've tried?
Well, I put the word out to gather any willing people to help. It seems the queen is rather busy, so she's unable to lend ear to me yet. I have a meeting with her in the next few days, but until then I'm trying to solve it myself. Do you have any hesitation dealing with your own kind? Will you be able to... You think you can do with them?
That has never been a problem. We in fact just dealt with some goblins recently, and we were able to handle it quite diplomatically.
Diplomatically? I mean, solve the problem however you can. I just don't know if they'll listen to reason.
I mean, I'm quite reasonable, aren't I?
Of course. But you haven't stolen any castles, have you? Or estates?
Oh, we don't need to get into that.
He kind of goes a little wide-eyed. Oh, I see.
What else do you want to ask Judge D and Sue?
I can't think of a thing. I'm drawing a total blank. I'm barely. I'm stuck on stealing a castle. Go ahead, my goblin friend, if you have anything to add to this. We're just both going to stare. This is good. This is some fine role playing on both of our parts. Do you have a question?
I'm not good with on-the-spot questions.
We've been talking for like 10 minutes about investigating this. That's why, to me, it is not on the spot. Regardless. Okay, so you said you don't know exactly how many goblins, but there were spellcasters. Could you see exactly like what they were trying to do to your property? Were they wanting to move in? Were they just trying to take resources?
Yes, they immediately started defiling the place. I saw some of them writing in some of the guards' blood on the wall. They're saying no human. They can't even spell. And they were drawing crude figures of other goblins, like stabbing humanoid-ish people. I don't know.
Have you heard anything from anybody closer to the area? Like whether they are still there, if there's been any news?
I haven't sent any of my men back out there yet.
I didn't know if you had, neighbors in the area that you'd communicated with.
No, unfortunately. The location I picked is quite isolated from any nearby people.
What is the landscape there like?
Well, he searches through his bag. I have a decent map of my property, as the DM prepares the map. Let me see if I can hide all the tokens on here so you guys aren't ruined. Yeah, I think this is fine. You shouldn't be able to see the tokens now. So yeah, he kind of unfurls this map, and then I should be bringing you all to it now.
Pretty.
So yeah, he kind of points on the map. Let me just fix the stream camera, zoom out a bit here.
Do you remember what the trick was? Oh, why am I doing this in the bedroom tonight? I guess I'm just in the habit of it.
Yeah, I was confused as well, so...
I just have done it for the last few games, so I did it. What the trick was to scroll without using a real mouse. Steven, do you remember? It's like... Shift...
To scroll?
If you... Do you have a numpad or no?
The map.
Do you have a numpad or no? You can use the plus and minus on the numpad, zooms in and out.
Oh, okay.
To scroll around the map, I think
quite a large property.
Yes, he says, well, I've done quite well for myself. And he kind of directs you...
What is your occupation?
I deal with importing and exporting.
Of what?
He kind of looks at you a little strangely. Does it matter?
I think it's good context. I mean, you might have business equipment on the property that the goblins could, be using or taking advantage of.
No weapons or anything like that. Mostly just resources and things like that. Supplies, food. No weaponry.
What was the first thing you said? Wives?
Supplies.
Supplies.
Yes. Just like general resources, like raw materials, stuff like that.
But your business motive to see if he's on the level?
Sure.
The business is not operated out of your estate then, so the supplies are, not stored there, is that right?
Well, I keep him, how do I put it? Because I run my own business, your home is always, you do some business there. I don't really have a dedicated business property. So there are some, I don't know if the goblins have gotten to it, but there's probably some crates of supplies that were meaning to be shipped out. But usually my business is quite efficient, so there's not much inventory being held on site. But he also just directs you to the map. Here is this bridge I constructed to get to my property. There's a ravine separating it from the main land. You could cross the river. It's not deep. It's just more of an annoyance. It's probably 3 or 4 foot deep. But it is a harsh current. But you, obviously, I can't imagine these goblins in a few days have wrecked my stone bridge. This wooden bridge, however, might have suffered. I don't know what they would do to it. But if it's intact, you can use that to get straight to the property. I don't know what other questions you have about it.
Your goal is just to get your property back, I take it.
Oh, yes. As long as they can be exterminated or removed from my property. Obviously, I'll have to tend to the repairs and all that, but the main concern is getting them out of there.
Do you have any guards that you would want to send with us if we were to investigate, since they would know the ins and outs of the property?
If you wish to pay them, you may use them as you see fit. Right now, I wouldn't demand they go back there, since it was a tough situation. But if you're going under the pretense of just having them guide you, if you pay their daily wage, I'm sure they would go with you.
Oh, no, I mean, you would pay their daily wage, since we would be doing this for your benefit.
Well, that's why I set out a reward for this task. I'm not going to pay for people to help you solve the problem and pay you a reward.
I think it would be in your best interest, but that's up to you.
Give me a diplomacy check to try and influence them.
Oh, that's not going to do shit. There's no point.
Anyone with you could be assisting or make the check for you if you want.
Okay.
They could kind of hop in and say the right thing to try to...
I'm
I'll
diplomacy
do it just
helper.
for fun.
Ooh.
What happened there? Oh.
Ooh. That's,
Yeesh.
yeah, he'll kind of shake his head. No, I'm paying a reward. That's good enough. You can, if you want to use extra people, you can pay for them yourselves.
How much is the reward?
Well, that would be discussed upon your arrival and the condition of the place and what's happened and confirmation.
I thought you posted a reward amount.
It's a rough amount, but it can always be adjusted depending on how well you do the job.
So what's the rough amount?
Well, let me tell you, is coin the only thing motivating you here? Are you willing to risk life and limb just for a bit of coin? What really motivates you? Why are you really doing this?
We want to give people a fair deal and help solve problems that the city isn't taking care of, but I just want to know what the, situation is. It's a pretty simple question.
Yes, and I'm asking you a pretty simple question. What
Which
would
I
motivate
just
you? Yes, but what would really drive you to do this to the best of your ability? Is it, like, what do you plan on using the coin for? You seem like you're a bunch of adventurers. I can't imagine you're saving up for retirement. Are you saving up for a new weapon, a new shield, a new scroll? What are you trying to get? Perhaps I can be more...
It's our private business. I don't know that we have determined it yet.
Well, if coin will be the best motivator for you, how much would it take you to do a really good job here?
I just want to know what he posted it for. Like, would we not have seen a poster or anything about it?
I think you got this from Gabby, right? I don't know if he gave you
Yeah.
any paperwork on this. And
I
he's
don't
being...
remember either.
It seems like you don't need a sense motive. He's being intentionally vague about this whole thing, so...
Yeah, I don't like that.
Well, he sees you pondering and he says, I could give you 50 rubies, ruby coins, a rare currency.
Do we know how much that equates to in terms of
Appraise,
coin?
if you want to know.
I don't think I
Ooh, nice. I'm
You
on
have
it. I do. But it's one of my weaker skills, just to let you know.
Let me double check the rules on appraise real quick.
I don't think that
Yeah,
tells
DC is 20 for common item. So you're not too sure, but you get a ballpark. If your check is 5 or less, you're within 20% of its actual value. Okay. So 20% of its actual value. I mean, in character, you're not supposed to know that, but... you believe it to be worth... You think each ruby coin's probably around like 10 gold, 15 gold each. And he offered you 50, so if you go on the high end, that's 750 gold.
Is this, I don't know if we would know this or if we need to do another appraise, but like, does this seem like a reasonable reward given the potential task?
It probably seems a little bit on the low end, but you would know if the queen takes care of it. It would be you'd get it for free, basically. Like the queen would send her troops in, they'd clean it up, and because this is under her protection, so it's her job to make sure it's defended and stuff like that. So he's basically offering money to get it done faster, but he can get it done for free if he waits a few days, is what you would understand from this. And he's also offered to help you acquire a specific item or something like that. So if you think of something that's worth more than that you want to discuss with him for doing the job, he would potentially do that as well.
That for a business, so that makes sense as a potential offer. Well, can you give us a moment to just discuss as a group?
Of course.
Thank you. All right, group, what do you think?
Gotta be honest, I see rubies on the table and go, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions? What do you think we should tell him? What are our next steps?
Well, we're doing the investigation now. We should think about any equipment we might need. And then, is there like a goblin network? I mean, that's how Red Hook operates. Yeah, is there like a goblin network?
Is that a question to me, or?
So.
Oh, okay.
No, that was a question to my fellow players.
Oh, I don't think so.
The goblin, I figured would know.
I'm a goblin
network?
Yeah, then the answer's no.
I mean, you could also explain it to see if, I don't know if Zoo understands, like, there could be something and Zoo just doesn't know the terminology you're using.
Well, because I've been playing it close, out of character, I've been playing it close to my vest that I speak Goblin. Only she, or Zoo, knows I speak Goblin. And I like having that info.
As you guys are talking, so where you're meeting this guy is like a very fancy tavern where clearly only noble people visit. And you guys went off to your own little table to talk about this, and as you're talking, you notice a gentleman kind of eyeing you, Judge D. He's got this nice, finely trimmed little mustache. He looks like he must be a half elf or full elf that looks a little bit more human. You would guess half elf probably by his complexion and his slightly tipped ears. But he's wearing clearly the outfit of someone who's very well off. It's got this fine embroidery. It's got the trim of this silver and gold on the sides. He has as he kind of is walking up to you, specifically note he has some really nice rings. One looks like it's mithril. It's got this bluish, silverish shine to it. I think that's all his distinguishing features. He's got just nicely kept brown hair that's just short and nothing special about it. He kind of clears his throat as he gets to your table and is kind of looking at you, Judge Dean, and he says, "Sorry to intrude, but are you the infamous D?"
Perhaps.
He kind of looks at the rest of the table. Are these your trusted companions? May I speak freely among your friends?
I trust their companions.
Excellent. I heard of your great deeds for one of our mutual friends. As I go through my notes. Yes. I believe you've met Josh?
Yes. Josh is an individual.
Yes. I believe you performed a discreet task for him. I'm hoping you can do the same for me, if you're available.
Well, if I may be so bold as I explained to Josh, I am an individual in high demand for my certain skill set.
I've been told, and I'm willing to compensate you greatly for this task, especially if you're able to keep it discreet.
Oh, well, discreet is my real name because I had to pick one, so I picked discreet because it seemed like a good idea.
Excellent. Are you available if I explain my situation?
I would need you to explain the situation first to determine if I'm available. I never walk into a job unawares.
Excellent. There is an individual who's stolen from me. I merely want my goods back. It is very similar to Josh's predicament. He had a chest stolen. I had a chest stolen as well. It is a very finely made chest. It is about... He kind of like motions like this on his chest. It's a very small hand. You could grab it with one hand, although it's quite heavy. It's made of pure mithril. I don't believe the assailants could unlock it. I paid very much for a very special lock. So the contents, I'm not worried about them being explored. But the chest itself has been taken from me. And if you're able to recover it, I could pay you handsomely. Simply name your price, and I'll pay it.
How do I know you're not just asking me to commit thievery like a common criminal?
Very astute question from yourself. I am not disappointed. My initials are carved into the box. I don't think I introduced myself. So how rude. My name is Randy Nulse. So on the box,
Randy Nulsen?
Nulse.
Nulse.
So on the box, you'll find a nicely very embroidered engraving of RN on the bottom right side of the casing. It is made in... do you speak Elvish?
I do not.
It is in Elven rune, but I'm sure one of yourself would be able to decipher it if you need to verify my story.
And when would you need this done? As soon as possible, I assume?
Unfortunately, yes, and that's why I told you could name your price for the expediency of this. I'm not sure when they would plan to move the items or move the box. For now, I know for sure where it will be tonight, but after that, I'm not too sure.
Randy, might I trouble you for some time with my my cohorts here?
Of course. Just a quick note. Not my place, but I did see you speaking with Yasmin over there, and not to be rude about my fellow colleague or nobleman, but he doesn't pay as well as I do. If you're worried about timing or things you can only do in a certain amount of time, I would pay for your time. Whereas my friend, I don't think would. Anyways, I'll let you decide. I am staying here for the rest of the day, and if I don't hear from you then, I'll assume you decided not to take the task. He kind of slides you a little piece of paper that has his room number on it. Feel free to stop by any time. Good day, all of you. He kind of gives you a little head nod and goes on his way.
Okay. Thank you for your time. Well, we've certainly got a couple of offers. What does the party think?
He said he thinks he knows where it would be tonight, but he didn't say like where that was, right? Like how close it is to here.
No, assuming it would not take more than a day to get there, because he says he needs it done today, right? So, presumably, you got the impression that it's probably somewhere in this city.
I assumed he wasn't going to tell us. That way, we wouldn't steal it. So I wouldn't. But I see this.
We still have the option to steal it, even if he tells us where it is, and we agree to do this. Like.
Yes, but that's bad for business.
Well, yes.
I have a reputation to uphold.
I know you are in demand.
I am in demand. I have a certain skill set.
Judge D in demand. What are you thinking?
Oh my God, the D stands for in demand. I'm already branding him. Well, I'd like to take this quick job and then go on with our goblin thing. But I will antecede to the desires of my cohorts.
Just seem more interesting.
You were too far, Whitney, for what you said to have come through. No, in other words, like you're not being picked up by your headset right now. I know what you're trying to do. Why don't we take a short break, maybe?
So
sure.
They
can decide.
Yeah, let's take a quick break. We are back as the party discusses which test they want to pursue.
It sounds like you were saying, Judge D, that you were more interested maybe in this task, or was that Zoo?
Yes, I think both of us did.
And just so you guys know, you can also regroup with Ronald and not interrupt his crafting time if you want to just talk to him while he's working. You can talk to him about it as well.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I'm a bit conflicted because one goblin's just stole, like, or the treasure chest was just stolen, and that's only property, versus the goblins, like, had, killed at least, it sounded like a couple guards.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go back to talk to Ronald and just find out where we could find this guy if we want to follow up with him.
Yeah, so I believe Judge D has his little room number at this tavern. You can come back here anytime and talk to him, as well as Yasmin. You can just let him know you're going to think about it and confer with your colleagues. He lets you know he's also staying here for a while until his place is recovered, so you can find him here as well.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Who's gonna propose to Ronald?
I mean, you were the one that was approached, so I think you.
All right. I'm comfortable with that.
All right. So, what did you call me out of my work from?
Well, we got an opportunity to recover a item that is of a limited time, and I feel it would be worth our while.
First of all, you can keep working while we talk. We'll go to your workshop.
Yeah.
No, it's too noisy when I'm trying to do it. I got a lot of words I gotta say. I gotta do all these motions. I won't be able to hear a word you're saying.
Well, that's annoying.
It is very annoying. It takes a lot of time, but I do good work. So you got an item. How long is it gonna take you to get it?
It's one for tonight.
Well, can you still do reconnaissance, or are you just unable to do that and do something in the evening?
Well, we were doing some reconnaissance when I was approached. So
they know to approach you. Are you just wandering up to rat people all of a sudden? Normally, when people wander up to a rat, it's to smash it with a shoe.
I am in demand. The D stands for demand.
It's a weird thing for the D to stand for. I hear humans say the D stands for something else.
Well, humans. They're something. So, but anyway, I think this could be lucrative and good for our party. I want to get you
lucrative, like how? Like for money?
Not only money, but future gigs.
I know I might have this beard here, and it might make you think I'm just some gold miser little man that lives in a cave. But I'll have you know I have bigger interests in that. We need to be thinking about the big picture. If we don't have
that's what
people,
I'm thinking about.
If we don't have people to make deals with, then we don't have any money to begin with. Which means we need business people. Business people need to be taken care of. So if you're just going off and getting random items for random guys who approach you on the street because the D stands for delivery, then I don't think...
It also stands for dynamite. But anyway.
I don't think you're taking in the big picture.
I think I am, but okay.
If you think you are, then why don't you do it?
Well,
and do the other thing.
Because I was told to consult yourself as well by our compatriots.
Well, you were asked to come here to give me a hand with the projects that we were asked to perform. And if you want to do side projects, I'm not going to stop you from doing them. But I don't think we should put aside what we already have that we're working on to get things done.
Okay.
I prefer, though, that your side projects not get you killed, D. You've been useful. Very useful. I begin to appreciate having you around.
That's definitely one for the no. So we got two for yes and one
I didn't
for no.
say no.
What's that?
I didn't say no. I said don't make it interfere with the primary objective.
Okay.
I'm telling you could do it. Just don't stop what you're doing is the plan from our boss.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be no problem.
And don't get yourself killed. If you get yourself killed, later on I will resurrect you just to kill you again.
That's a statement there.
It's too much, Ron.
What?
That's fine.
Too much?
Too much. Tone it down.
I wasn't being serious. Was that not taken as a joke?
I was okay with it.
Okay.
All right. So
Is this just a goblin thing? Do you guys not have a great sense of humor?
I look at the goblin.
I roll my eyes at Ron and ignore him.
Oi.
Wait. All right. Well, we'll let you get back to your work.
Thank you. Good luck.
All right. Thanks. All right. So, who wants to come with me? We'll get this done. Knick-knack, paddywhack, or whatever humans say, and then we'll move on to the thing here. Faster than a whisker. Everybody interested, or am I just taking the goblin with me?
That's fine.
Okay.
I will come.
All right. We're gonna go back to the hotel room of whatever his name is, Lance Mannion.
Yeah, you guys can meet up with. You go to the room, Randy.
Randy, thank you. Completely forgot.
Yeah.
Randy
looking for the D.
Yeah, looking for the D. Lord of mercy. Anyway.
Yeah. You knock on the door. He lets you in. Excellent. You decided to do my task.
Yeah, but we Randy, I got some big things on the oven. You seem like a nice chef and all. I think that's how you humans say it. So let's make with the details so we can get going. I am a man, a brat of professional stature, whatever that means.
Excellent. I am a man of means, but you did not name your price. What do you want to do this?
Well, your buddy gave me 10 platinum for the last job. Are you that kind of wealthy?
Yes. So how much do you want?
Okay. All right.
And again, your friends here, I can speak openly?
Yes. I would trust them with my life. And
Excellent.
even my
In fact,
tea.
you have.
Go ahead.
Well, name your price.
Okay. Where is the
platinum.
desk being stored at?
Ah, yes. You probably want some factors to include in the pricing.
Yeah.
It is being held in a... how should I put this? A thief hideout, I believe they call it. Hideout of thieves.
So are we talking a guild, or are we talking
Very small, very small. I believe their operations are 5 to 10 people.
So
I've
a
arranged...
5 to 10 person guild?
Yes, but I'm not... don't worry, I'm not sending you in to be slaughtered. I've arranged for whenever, if ever, I find someone to do the job, I will ensure all of them will be asleep. There may be one who I cannot guarantee, but I'm sure you can handle one little halfling.
Why don't you want to do it yourself if you can make all but a little halfling be asleep? Why bother to pay someone else?
He kind of looks at you. You're like 6 feet tall, right?
No.
I think
Oh.
or something.
Oh, really? I thought hobgoblins... Oh, hobgoblins are taller than goblins. Okay, you're smaller. He kind of looks down at you then, I guess.
Yeah,
as
I'm
he's...
4'9".
Okay. He looks down at you and he says, "You're not the... I understand why I wasn't given your name for this task. I'm paying for discretion. I don't want to be associated with this."
Oh, so you think I'll be convinced to help with this by you insulting me?
No offense meant.
It's an interesting approach.
I'm not paying for you, I'm paying for him. Who he uses to get the job done is none of my concern. I didn't mean any offense. I'm just saying it's a certain, je ne sais quoi. I guess he says it in Elvish. He says like a certain I don't know what, but in Elvish. I don't know if any of you speak Elvish. But he says a phrase in Elvish. He says, thieves or men of these work here they do things in a more of an elegance and finesse. Not so much as, I've lost track of your question. I didn't mean any offense. It's, I just need this job done discreetly, and I'm willing to ensure you have the tools for success. As long as you don't...
Should you continue with your questions?
Yes. So it's in a guild, if you will, a very small one. Your adversaries will be asleep, except for potentially one. The box is hidden in a... You'll have to be good with picking locks, which I've heard you are good at. And then there is a secret door that you just have to put your hand in the right stone piece of the wooden wall, and it'll unlock, and it's being held behind there.
All right. But you didn't hire me if the heat goes down.
Of course. I've never met you.
Wonderful. Where's this minor guild at?
He unrolls a map of the city. And I will mark it on your map. I believe to make this visible, I just do this and like this.
Right in the...
I will direct your camera on the map to it. It's at the outskirts of the city. An unassuming building. Kind of circles it on your map.
And what is the time? What's our window on this?
Anytime today and tonight. You let me know when you're planning to go, and I'll arrange for them to be asleep for you.
About 2 hours after sundown.
2 hours after sundown. That works for me.
Okay, how much time do we have till sundown, GM?
This has only been in the morning, so you have a good six hours.
Okay. Let's do some other stuff while we're doing it. What is the name of this organization we are pilfering from?
I believe they associate themselves with some feathers or something like that. Like I said, their organization isn't too big.
Some feathers.
Yes, I believe they call themselves the Feather Gang or the Featheries. I don't know, something like that. They're not really... They haven't really made a name for themselves. They're kind of just operating on their own. But they've stolen from the wrong person. So, need to take it back.
What were the details of the purloining?
Of the what, sorry?
The theft. What was going down when you got theft? Was it like a smash and grab? Did they distract you? What happened?
Well, unfortunately, I had some no longer in my employ running my shop in the market. I mistakenly trusted them with my prized lockbox, and according to them, they were distracted by a customer, and it was taken right under them. Amateurs. No longer in my employ.
All right. Thank you, Randy.
You haven't given me your price.
Yeah, I forgot that part.
I am, of course, within means. I just want to make sure I can afford your service before you go do it.
Okay, I know he speaks Elven. I guess I'm just going to start...
Can we use the whisper function? Am I thinking of that the other game?
The other game.
It's hard when I'm in the game with the same
Yeah.
2 people twice.
Out of character, what do you guys think? 150?
I was thinking 20 platinum.
Okay. I like that. 20 platinum?
If he doesn't rebuke it, but then we ask too little.
Would you take double if I asked you to slit their throats?
I would not be slitting their throats.
No.
Triple?
There will be no
interest.
throat slitting.
I respect it. Can't be bought for something you're not willing to do. Very well. 20 platinum. I can pay you half now and half when you return my box.
Okay. Excellent.
He reaches into his satchel, pulls out 2 little brown bags, each with 10 platinum in them, and kind of hands them over to you.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your time. We will be back once we acquire the item.
Excellent. And remember, discretion.
Mm-hmm.
If you're found out, we've never met.
Of course.
Best of luck.
Thank you. All right, now we've got some walking around money. Once we get out of earshot of this building, slitting throats. What a creep.
Yep.
That is basically what that music means.
I'm a creep.
But yeah, you do have the location, so you could, if you want to scout out the property at all, you could do that, or you can go deal with this other goblin matter in the meantime. You have 6 hours about.
Why don't we, since we're doing scouting, do we want to divide up? I'll scout out the one, and then you guys do some more scouting and the goblin stuff. That way we're trying to get double the work.
The goblin thing is 2 hours away, so that would take up a lot of our time to go there and back. So
okay.
I think we should just focus on this task for tonight. How are we supposed to communicate to him when we're doing it so that he'll put the goblin, or he'll put the people to sleep?
Judge D gave him a time window. He said 2 hours after sunset, I believe.
That's correct.
So that is when he's expecting this to happen, and that's when they'll be put to sleep.
Yeah, so I suggest we can scout this now, but I will work on both of them tonight.
Let's do some scouting of this friendly little suburb.
Excellent. I'll just bring you to a map, and you guys can walk around. I'll bring you to Ronald, just so you can walk around and look at what everyone's looking at. And you guys can just walk around the property. If you want to get actually that close to it... So, okay. If you want to get close enough where I'll bring you to the map and you can walk around, I'll need stealth checks to be unnoticed. But if you want me just to, if you want to get, further away where no check needed and you're kind of safe away, and you want to just see what you can see, but you'll be farther away, I can just theater remind it. Up to you, what you'd like to do.
I want to do
this. Do a stealth check.
Yeah, we're all big on stealth in this party.
Oh, really?
Alrighty. Oh! Oh, is that with the ring?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Goddamn. Alright, let's bring you all to this map. Of course, Ronald doesn't need a stealth check. And let's put on a more appropriate music for sneaking around. Alright, this is the building of which he spoke. You can move around as you see fit and explore the property. The thing you can see in through is windows that are open, so you can literally just see in. The stealth checks I'm using is to just blend in with the passerbys to not be noticed, versus anyone's inside's perception check to see if they notice you kind of staring a little too long, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Feel free to move around as you see fit. You can move. There's a back alley. You can go behind the building as well. Check out things back there. There's other windows, as you can see, that you can try to see through to get an idea of the layout.
So let's take a walk around the building. A nonchalant walk around the building, peek into the windows when we can, and
Sure.
And and check out the exciting back alley.
I can move your characters if you wish, or you can move your own. Whatever's easier for you guys.
Direction we're going.
Ah, there we go. I was not in enough. Yeah, let's. So I'm gonna walk clockwise, casually, and then maybe one of you will walk counterclockwise. That way, it doesn't look like we're all casing the building at the same time.
I'm already going counterclockwise, so I will continue.
So
All right, then I'll go clockwise. Hooray!
Yeah, so just in the windows where you first started, you can see there is a halfling who's just like walking around that room. That you should be able to see him doing that anyway on the map. But in case that wasn't clear, you just see him like he's just piddling around, walking around. He's a book in his hand, reading.
Can I see the book?
You can see that it is a book. You probably can't make out the name of it or anything unless that would require you to stare too long and stuff like that.
Oh, no problem. No problem. I don't want to look into the abyss. I hear it looks back. All right. So we walk around the building. How many stories?
It is only a one-story building, so just ground floor level. It's just a very small little house made of stone and wood.
How many ingress/egresses are there?
I think they're visibly, just the two front doors you see. And the windows, I guess, but...
Mm-hmm. How many windows total?
You see, as the other party gets around the other side, there's just those 2 windows in that room. And they are glass-paned windows, so you could smash them easily. They're not like thick glass or anything. For the party that is behind the building, this is just another building here. So that's just another building, the back of it. So you're just like in a back alley. There's some crates, some wood, barrels. Just like random like stuff you can look at if you want.
Okay. When I get around to the back, do I see the crates and barrels and what have you?
Yeah. Did you want to give me a perception check just to look through this kind of stuff?
Yeah, I want to look for a
Holy cow. Very nice. So yeah, Judge D, you're doing a good job of looking through all this stuff. I'm just going to move you to the back of the building here.
Thank you very much.
And with that perception check, you'll actually notice if you like end up moving these barrels a bit, and you notice that there is a grate below them. If you have dark vision, right, as a rat folk?
Yes.
Underneath these barrels, you can see, as you stick your head like kind of down, you can see it's kind of like a sewer track that goes north and south. So it clearly... Oops, that's the wrong item. Sorry. It clearly goes down, probably connecting underneath this building, and also into the building to the north of you.
Okay.
And once you're done, like, looking around, you can move these barrels back into place if you want.
Okay. We'll move them into... All right. Excellent. All right, and then did we pass any local taverns or inns while we were there?
There's a tavern maybe like 3 or 4 blocks away, but nothing like... The building to the north is just another unknown building, no shop or anything. Similar to this one, where it's just no markings, it's just a house of some sorts. You wouldn't, basically you wouldn't know this is what this was if you didn't already know. And a lot of the buildings around here are like that. They look like domiciles or houses of people. They're not marked as like shops or anything like that.
We want to talk about strategy, like how we, want to enter, anything else we need to look at while we're here.
Yeah, I wanted to know a little bit about this. So I think we're going to go in through the secret passage here. So we're probably going to spy on it for a little more. But so we're basically just going to. My thought is to break in through there, look for the chest, and get out as fast as possible. I don't know how long they're going to be sleeping. I'd also like to acquire a sap or something that we can knock the halfling out.
Well, we can use some of the platinum he gave us for that.
A blackjack, if you will. Okay. Because we don't slit throats. All right. Anybody else have any other ideas?
I think that plan makes sense to me.
All right. I want to do a little research on this feather thief gang.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to go to a local tavern, see if there's any crazy characters and listen around.
So you would know from your conversations, maybe I don't know if you were there that session, but your character was there with Gabby. He did mention that the halflings you're employing at the mine, he suspects they're part of this gang. So that much you know.
Oh.
That hasn't been confirmed. You were just given the info to follow up on that, if they are or not. He just suspects they are, but you haven't followed that line up yet to see if they are or not yet. But yeah, you guys can go hang out in a tavern and try to overhear any stories about this gang if you want.
Yeah.
Sure. What kind of tavern do you want to go to? Do you want to go to that nearest one that's like 3 blocks away? Or do you want like a basically what kind of economy of style do you want? You want like a fancy inn, commoners inn, middle class inn?
No, we're going to go with the commoners inn because I just don't think they'll be talking about them at the fancy inn, right?
Yeah, sure. All of you are accompanying Judge D with this?
Yep.
Alright, you guys walk into this tavern that's 3 blocks away.
Alright, anybody look on the shady side?
So yeah, as you walk up, it's called the Griffin's Roost.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a one-story, similar structure to this. Not to anything special. You walk in, it's moderately busy. There's about like 10 to 15 patrons, so it's like 3/4 full. You can easily find a table just to yourselves if that's what you wanted. There is a little stage where some minstrels are playing. There is a average looking bar. Everything's made out of wood, nothing special. Bartender is a kind of stocky 5'3" kind of woman, clearly human. As you guys take a seat, she'll kind of walk up and ask what you want. What are you ordering? Come now, what you ordering? Don't keep me waiting all night.
I'll just take a light white wine.
She kind of looks at you a little puzzled. We ain't serving no wine here.
Of course you don't. That's what humor is for. We'll take your cheapest swill.
Of course. And for the two of you?
And water, thank you.
Water?
I'm gonna tip you the same.
She kind of just
Don't
shakes
use
her
the
head.
water that you're using to clean the bar.
Excuse me? What, you think we don't have any sanitary standards here? Then she like kind of like spits on the floor.
Lord of mercy.
Never mind on the water.
My friend,
I'll bring you 3 ales. And she just walks off.
Yeah, I knew that was happening. All right, I'm gonna, I'm gonna act like I'm drinking and listen.
Yeah, you guys can all give me perception if you're all doing that, or just Judge D, whoever wants to listen in on any chatter you're hearing nearby.
Juicy tidbits and what have you.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
There's a giant rat in the bar.
Oh my gosh. 2 now.
All those
Doing amazing, everyone.
all those bonuses to perception. Like, there's a lot of bonuses to perception in these rolls, and our best roll is an 18. This is depressing.
Well, luckily you can't critically fail, but you're not really hearing much about the Feather Gang, but you do overhear some interesting things. I don't really know what piques your interest or not, so I'll just what I deem as interesting. You'll overhear 2 people commenting that they're waiting for the bard on the stage to finish up because they want to make a request of him. Apparently he helps people or something like that is what you gather. Other than that, let's see what else we hear. You hear about some people are gossiping about apparently a traveler has come into town trying to hawk off a dragon egg. And they're just discussing this, trying to say how much they would buy it and stuff like that. But those are the only 2 little things you kind of hear that are interesting, at least. But yeah, the ale is brought to you. Anyone can take a sip, but I'm assuming Judge D takes a sip. It's like one of the worst beers you've ever had. You kind of make a little face when you're drinking it, unless you want to give me like a bluff check to try and hide it, but I don't know if you care.
Yeah, I'll do a bluff check.
Sure.
I will not. No hiding it.
Yeah, you take a sip, it just tastes like piss. Yeah, you try to hide it, but maybe if someone's looking close enough, they can tell your distaste of this beer. Yeah, while you're sitting here, you all feel a little bit, your spirits are like picked up as you're listening to the music. Unless you'd like to will save. You just feel like some magical effect coming over you.
It's nice listening to music since we're not getting a ton away in the way of information.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like we might want to ask the halflings at the mine. Or do you think that would put this at risk?
Isn't the mine like so far ways out? How far is it?
Yeah, it's pretty far away. 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, I'd rather not ask the halflings.
Okay.
Oh, it's that far? I did not know.
I could be wrong, but Steve can correct me. I think you guys told them to finish up what they were doing and head back to town as well, but maybe I can't remember.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I missed a little bit of that.
The halflings that are working for you. Did you tell them to stay there permanently until you're done with them, or...?
Yeah, I told them to stay there until
then
until we're done with things.
Okay, so you guys would assume they're there then, yeah. So it would take a while to go ask them this. Unless you can...
Well,
you could pay for magical services to communicate with them.
I don't think that's worth it.
Okay.
Is there any other information that you all want to try and gather before this, or do you want to just take a little time to rest before we take care of this?
Rest. Make sure we're going over the plan and remind everybody that the goal is not to do lethal damage, but to subdue and knock people out.
Do you have any spells that you need to prepare, or?
Trying to think if I have any formulae that can actually help with this. I don't think I do.
This would be, when you're planning on doing this, I believe Ronald should be done his crafting for the day if he wanted to join you. But he doesn't have to. But
Well, we definitely invite him.
okay.
Let him know where we're at. that kind of thing. And then he can make his own decision.
Well, I guess I'll go with you. No
Excellent.
sense in
That
me
seems
sitting
best.
around. Might be a little tired, but I think I can handle it. What are we doing?
We're
For
gonna
the goblin thing?
We're gonna steal something back for somebody, then go do the goblin thing.
Ah, so you roped us all into your quest.
Yeah.
Very well then. You're cutting us in on the errands, right?
Of course I am.
All right then.
Well, no, it'll help some because, we already have plans for basically all the money that we got from Bessie, so this will give us money if we need a bribe or a toll or, to get anything else.
Our toll bribe.
Makes sense to have the spare funds.
All right, so you guys are just heading over and doing your thing, or any?
That's correct.
All right,
To the chase.
all prep done
we'll
that you
just-
want to do.
Assume that we've filled Ron in on all the details, the non-lethal damage, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
everyone should be sleeping except for one, and etc.
All right. Well, see how it goes then.
All right. This is pretty exciting.
Alrighty. So I believe, did I bring you to the map? Yeah, you are at the map. You head to the back. It's the 2 hours before sunset. You are assuming you're...
2 hours after, but
Sorry, yeah, whatever I said. 2 hours after sunset. You assume your contact has done his thing, so your adversaries are asleep. As confirmed, you can see that this one little halfling that's still in that room, he's still in there walking around, doing his thing. He doesn't have a book anymore. He has like a drink in his hand, and he's just kind of murmur. Well, you see him mouthing things to himself as you like kind of pass by the window at one point. You see a fireplace lighting the room up. Otherwise, it's pretty dark out, but you are in the back alley. What would you like to do? You want to look at the passage you uncovered?
yes.
All right,
So
yeah.
did we, based on what you said, does that mean we already kind of did another walk around of the building just to kind of check it out?
Sure, yeah. If you wanted to, you didn't have to.
Yeah,
I would
I
like
think
to
that's
do
a
that.
solid idea. Yeah.
And I would like to do it stealthily.
Yeah. You walk around, and yeah, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary aside from what you've already seen, and you do notice that halfling walking around in that room, so he's
Okay.
clearly not asleep. But yeah, you guys are back. You see this grate. All you have to do is lift it up, and you can hop into the sewer.
All right, Teenage
So
Mutant Ninja
appealing.
Turtles, here we come. We're proceeding with stealth. We're stealthing, we're stealthing, we're stealthing.
Guys, I don't really stealth.
That's all right. You can be behind.
I guess I'll wait the ways back and what you guys just let me know somehow when you're ready. Oh,
Okay.
could I have picked up something along the way, John?
Yeah.
This is really crucial. I would have wanted to have picked up a couple of platinum rings that you should know the purpose of.
Yeah.
And
Definitely
then
know those.
I would give, I would definitely give, maybe should I get the full set of 4? I feel like Osrin's gonna get swung on the most, so I'll just get a pair of them, and I'll give one of them to Osrin. Now you know this not be me asking for your hand in marriage. I have a spell that needs you to be wearing one of these. It allows me to take some of the hits that you take. But you gotta have this ring on at all times.
Okay.
No, this is for Osrin.
I
Aye.
was ready. I was ready to let you get hit.
I understand that it's shiny.
What is it that I should add to my sheet?
1 platinum ring. Functionally no weight.
1 platinum
This
ring.
is from the compendium.
I don't even think you need one from the compendium. It's a platinum ring worth 50 GP.
Just put it under gear? Or...
Yep. Give it a price of 50, so John knows that you have it. That's the most important part. It's miscellaneous other.
What effect does it have?
Nothing. The effect is I cast a spell on you, and it makes you link to me. And anytime you would take damage, I'll take some of that damage instead.
Oh, well, that's very thoughtful of you.
It'll also help protect you a little bit.
I appreciate that.
We are a team after all.
We sure are.
All right, well, let's carry on.
All right, let's do some sneaking.
All right, yeah. Together, you guys don't need to make any checks. As a team, you can lift this grate up, kind of shift it off to the side, and you guys can hop down into the sewer if you want.
All right.
Also, John, seeing the spell now, there are a lot of times your shield leather would have gone off. The range is so small.
It's pretty big at the high levels, though.
Yeah, but there were a few times earlier that I can think of right off the top of my head where it was like you guys had separated for the day for a little bit, and that would have been enough.
Oh,
anyway.
Sure.
Just being a little shit, sorry.
All right, so you're all...
You like to do that sometimes.
You're all heading into the sewer and heading south down in the tunnel?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep, what
All
order
right.
are we going in? Who's going first?
Not me.
Judge D, you want to go first?
I do.
All right,
I will
Judge
go
D.
last.
I'm just going to move you where you are as you get to you're below the crate. I just paused the game because you can't move because you're not up yet.
Okay.
Basically, 2 people can fit under the grate. So who's next? Sorry? Osrin?
I said I would go last. To just
Last?
keep an
Okay.
eye on things.
And who's second?
I'm counting to 10 until the last person goes in.
I think maybe I should go since I also have really good stuff.
Is Big gonna come down or stay up?
Can Big get down here?
Yes.
And potentially get back up?
Yeah, the jump is like 5 feet. Your thing
Oh,
can do that. Your wolf can easily do that.
and Big ones.
So I've moved the 2 people that can fit under the grate. I can move other people if you want to like back away and let someone else look up. But basically, Judge D and Zoo, you look up and that's what you can kind of see. You shouldn't be able to see that much, I guess, but you can look up and you see like there's this stone room above you. And the grate above you, it looks like it's like 2 grates and it's joined together by this very nice lock hanging above you.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And this music is not appropriate for this.
Espionage music.
So yeah, this one of the nicest locks you've seen to date hangs above your head, dangling.
I'm gonna listen at the check for traps.
Oh yeah, you can check for traps. You can perception check the grate, looking for any potential hazards. Oh!
Did I blow it?
You nailed it.
Amazing.
So do you, Zoo. Both of you see there's a rudimentary wire trap along the edge of the lock. So if you were just to like grab up the lock, you would have broke this wire. But with that perception, you can easily see it, and with a disabled device, you can easily move the wire out of the way or do whatever you want to disable it.
All right, yeah, we're going to disable it.
All right.
Do I need to roll?
Yep, disable. Disable.
Very nice. You carefully move the line wire trap out of the lock's view and kind of set it behind it so that it won't be triggered if you touch the lock. And now this very nice lock that kind of gives off this little shine to it as it's like catching the light from the room above. Which, as you're looking through the thing shining light down, there's no, it's not like flickering, so it's not torchlight, and you don't see any like flame in your view, so perhaps it's magically lit in there, but either way, some light is being poured down into here. And this very nice lock, you can easily grab it and try to pick it if you want, or do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, we're gonna pick it.
All right.
Now this is where I belong.
Oh.
The opposite of blowing it.
Yeah.
All right. That lock is mine. I now own that lock.
Yeah, you make quick work out of it. You're picking into it, and you just like hit everything perfectly. And first try, just unlatches, and you can carefully slide it, not triggering the trap, and you can easily push the grates up, or I don't know. I don't want to tell you what you're doing, but you can easily now access the room above if you so wish.
Okay, I'll continue to give us, I'll continue to give another perception check just to beat the
Sure.
See if I can hear. I'm just going to pick it up just a crack. Well, we're going to check around the door to make sure the door has not got anything it has been tampered with. You know, like a hair or something like that people do to see if the door has been moved.
Yeah, you don't notice anything like that. Zoo, yeah, very nice. Zoo, you hear a slight snore coming from south of you. It's like very faint. But Judge D, you don't hear much, see anything else along the edges of these grates?
All right, let's...
I'm gonna whisper to Judge D. Someone sleep.
I give a ready thumbs up. All right, we're gonna move the grating as quietly as we can. I assume that requires a stealth.
Sure, yeah. Give me a stealth to see how quietly you can unlatch.
Move a grate.
Well, with your perception, you can tell it's like almost a little mechanized thing here. So it's not really. You're not going to need your strength to move this. You're going to just want to be delicate and quiet with it.
Okay, I'm going to move carefully. Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of, as you're like trying to push it up with force, the mechanism kind of takes over and just slowly cranks it up, and then this like wooden ladder kind of springs out and unfolds itself down toward you, and you can climb up if you wish.
Yeah, I'm going to climb up first, picking up very slowly.
Yeah, I will put you in the room now as you climb out. And the next person in the party, which I believe is Osrin or Big, I'm not sure who's next, I can move you in.
Big is next, and then
Big is next, okay. Whoop. I assume you step to the side and I can just start funneling people in here, or did you want to check out things?
Yes, please.
Alright, so you kind of step aside, get a good look at the room. I'm assuming everyone's going up, and I'll just move everyone in.
I am specifically waiting until after 10 seconds before going in myself. So there's enough. So I'm going to be as little of a distraction as possible.
All right, I will say you're at the distance. Yeah, you're at the bottom of the grate, but you can see up, and then everyone else can walk up the ladder. And I'll use your past perception, Zoo. You can notice there is a secret door right here that clearly leads into the south room. That is where you hear the snores coming from, and you guys can walk through this hallway here to explore the rest of this room, or do whatever you see fit.
We're just looking to do our deal and get the puck out. So
yeah. So
I'll follow his. I'll follow his instructions as to where it's at.
Well, you've already subverted his instructions because he didn't tell you anything about a grate. So you're in uncharted territories right now.
All right. Well, am I able to make like an intelligence check or something to figure out where I would need to go?
Not needed. You can look around a bit and you can just see there's some chests over here.
Okay, I'm looking for one that has the name Randy on it, or his initials.
Yeah, so do you guys want to walk over to that area?
Traps.
Yeah.
Traps.
We're gonna look at it. We're definitely gonna do some trap checking.
Sure.
That's a weird, throat clog I had there.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Sure, you can give me another perception to check for traps as you walk along. Very nice. You see no traps as you walk on up to these chests, and I can just move everyone up here just to see what he's looking at. You don't all have to be there, but then Ronald, everyone's kind of further away that you can kind of walk up here now if you want. And yeah, you see these 3 locked chests, none of them made of mithril. But with that perception check, I'll keep that for here too. You do notice another secret door in this stone here. So this wood walls, and then all of a sudden it goes to a stone texture here. You can feel a heat coming from the other side of it, and you are baseline. You can figure out this is the other side of this room is where that halfling is, where that fireplace is. So there must be a secret door on the other side of the fireplace that leads into here. Is what you surmise.
Okay.
But there's 3 locked chests in front of you.
Well, we're not interested in that. Let's do the door, and let's look for the chest.
It could be in one of those chests.
Well, let's do we're supposed to be looking for a secret door where we had to insert a hand.
Yeah, but we came in a different way, so we don't know now.
Yeah, so your character
could be it.
Yeah, so you're surmising that if you had came in the normal way, or the front door, either that back door, secret door, or this secret door, both lead into this back room where there's locked chests. So you can surmise these are the secret doors he must have been telling you to try to find. So you've already skipped all that, and you're in the treasure room almost by finding this grate back there, basically.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
This is the escape hatch that they would use if somebody came in.
Yes.
Okay, so we got three locks.
3 locks.
Check them for traps.
So first, we're going to do the first check it for traps.
Yeah, I'll just because you're all looking for traps. I'll use your past perception for the traps, and Zoo. Lucky I said that. But Zoo will point out that she sees all 3 of these chests are trapped.
All right.
And
Zoo, do you disable device as well? Okay. All right. I'm going to start with the first one then.
yeah, I think you guys encountered this trap before, so I was just going to give you what the trap is. Yeah. So you specifically. I think, you both saw this before. Maybe you didn't really know what it was at the time, but because Zoo got such a good perception check, and you're dealing with this stuff, these are all Insanity Mist chest traps. So if you do not pass the check to disable them, they open up and they'll do this poison cloud of wisdom damage if you fail to save, basically.
Oh, this shit.
Fun.
But in fact does not incapacitate you at all. I don't know what happens if you go to 0 wisdom, though. Does that incapacitate you?
Yeah, you basically, I think, that's not the one you babble on. I think you just become comatose.
Let's see. Wisdom. 0 wisdom, incapable of rational thought, and is unconscious. So you actually will pass out if you lose too much wisdom from this. So you can tell all 3 have this similar mechanism that you can see the lining on the thread, and you can see the little extra bottle of where this is in the chest, and the thin layer you can see through it. But none of them are obvious which chest contains it, if any even do, of the chest you're looking for. As you know, you're looking for a very small chest, and these chests are big. They're 5-6 feet long, and they're big chests that could have a number of things in them.
Okay, we're going to go for the first one.
Ooh, very nice. But by first one, did you mean this one, or?
Oh, I need to expand it.
Yeah, I can bring you to the spot.
Okay, so we're going to go with the one in the center first.
One in the center first.
Yeah, because that's usually where the mimic is.
Yeah, so that disable device check is obviously very good, and you take out your thieves' tools or whatever you have on you, and you can easily disable the trigger that would happen normally if you were to open this chest, and you can now open it, but you need to... sorry, I assume that was for disabling the trap. You still have to
That's correct.
Okay, you do disable the trap. You still have to pick the lock on the chest. But you can do so, you can open the chest now. I believe that's good enough.
Real quick, is that 30 beating it by 10?
I believe so. Why does that do something special?
Okay, so keep that in mind, yeah, because that is actually not disabled. It's still active. He just figures out a workaround for it by raw for disable device. A rogue because he counts the rogue with trap finding, who beats a trap by 10 or more can study the trap, figure out how it works, and bypass it without disarming it.
Oh, I see.
So you could leave that behind so they don't know that he's opened it up.
Yeah.
Oh, he actually beat it by less than 10, sorry.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
So what does that mean? Does that just mean it's completely disabled?
It's just normally disabled, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, you guys probably could have looked it up. He beat it by 6, so I don't know if that does anything special. But...
No, nothing on 6. Just on 10. When I saw the 30, I was just like, oh, he behind. So when they go to check the traps, they go, open the first one. Stuff is still there. Open the second. Ah, we just got misted.
That means he has to get 14 or higher. That's rough.
Yeah.
Anti-vanish, so.
He needs to get, yeah. Yes. Yes, you open the first one up easily enough. These are simple locks on here. They are accounting for the traps that stop you unsuccessfully. You open this up, and then it is kind of like layered. So I don't know if you've ever seen those like tool chests that have like multiple layers that you can like stack in. So there's clearly like this handle on this first layer, and on this first layer is barely anything. It looks like it fit a lot, but there are just these like 10 ruby coins with these like skulls lightly in them if you look at them, and they're just like nicely all spaced out on this first layer. So you can lift this up if you want and look further in.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that carefully.
Yeah, you lift it.
Traps.
I'm not gonna be that. I'll take the one check. Yeah.
I would.
I know. You guys are being careful. So you take the thing off. You look inside, and you see a number of things in here.
When he takes that off, can I see the ruby coins? And has Bissy or Gabby ever told, or has Gabby ever said anything about these ruby coins with the skull on them?
I guess I mean, that's hard to say without being too meta, but would Bissy have warned his colleagues about these things?
Well, I mean, he's against Merakian stuff, so he might have said, like, don't take deals for ruby coins.
Sure, so then you have that knowledge.
Because I would just, Ron's thinking would be if he sees them that he might want to try to destroy them.
Yeah, so Ronald, you'll definitely recognize those coins you've been warned about.
Okay.
But while you're looking at those, while you're distracted by that, Judge D, you do see a ring in here crafted with a feather pattern around all its edges. Clearly some sort of magical ring. You also see another ring that is described as... It is a silverish, goldish ring with an engraving of a shield on it, on the outer band. So you see these two rings that are clearly like separated from the rest. And then you see a bunch of mithril and gold coins in here, basically filling up the remainder of the chest. So, as much as you... there are a lot of these coins. Well, not a lot. I mean, there's probably like in the hundreds of coins. Not like thousands, but there's probably like 100 of each, maybe.
Okay, well, not what we're here for. So have we checked this check? Have we checked this? Have we checked this chest thoroughly?
Yes. You can shift through the coins, and the whole party is abstaining from taking treasure. You're going to put it all back the way you found it?
Yep.
Wow, okay. But yeah, as you go to reach for the little tray that you set down, is Ronald, or are you guys going to discuss about that, or?
Yeah, Ronald wants to, lean in everybody. All right, so very important to know. These things are some kind of, bad thing. I don't know what exactly it is, but it has something to do with deals that people have made. Bissy specifically said that you shouldn't take deals with these.
This is what the guy offered us for helping with the goblins. He said it was rubies.
Actual rubies, or with these skulls on them?
Oh, I guess I don't know. He said
Ruby
rubies.
Coins. We didn't see coins.
Yeah, for the goblins, we were offered rubies.
Anyway, back to this.
I think it best that these disappear, and we get rid of these. Find a way to get rid of these in any way we can.
Then, I'm not against you guys taking them. I just want my hands to be clean of it. So if you take them, I can have plausible denial that I did not touch them.
That's fine. How many of them are here?
There is 10, but I need you to roll me a D100 because there is a detail that Bissy found out in the last campaign. I'm wondering if you told it to you. So roll me a D100, and then if you got a decent result, good. I'll say Bissy mentioned this little obscure fact. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so as you're looking at them, you remember Bissy told you if you notice that they're glowing, they're active, and if they're not glowing, they're ready to be sold and traded in their trade. And you notice they are glowing. So this would represent they represent active deals that are not complete yet. So they're essentially useless to trade. If you, I mean, I don't think you were planning
to trade. Yeah, my plan is to end the deals that are associated with them. So
sure, yeah.
Do I know if putting them in extra? I guess I would assume most things in extra-dimensional space can't be tracked. So I'm going to scoop them into my my Pathfinder pouch.
Nice. Because yes, you would be aware the glow means they are radiating some sort of magic, but your extra-dimensional pouch will be good enough to hide any magic on you about them.
Okay.
All right, so just add 10
more rock coins.
Yes. Put active as well, just so I remember.
Yep.
They were active.
Done deal.
All right, yeah, you take them, put them in your pouch, and you guys place this empty tray back on, close the chest up nicely, and you have 2 more chests here.
All right, we're gonna go to the left. Everything I own is in the box to the left.
All right, same trap, same check. Try to disable it.
Okay. Nothing I love better than
Oh.
How bad did it go?
You rolled an 8.
You got a 19.
I believe that sets it off.
Fuck.
Because you failed by 5 or more. Let me double check.
Yeah, I think it's 5 or more. Yep. 5
if you
or
fail
more,
by 5 when something goes wrong and you trigger it. So yeah, you're trying to be careful. You're trying to snip the wire in the right place and you accidentally cut too early and the chest kind of released this puff of smoke. And I need you all to make me a fort save as this
Yep, I did move in on it.
Fills the room.
Argue that I was away from it. +2 versus poisons.
Yeah, Ronald, you blow it out of your face. Doesn't even affect you. Zoo, yeah, you're good too.
Oh, wait, does the wolf need one?
Mm-hmm.
You're just you just wave it out of your face. No problem.
Fortitude or reflex?
Fortitude. Ooh, Big starts coughing though. Osrin, ooh. And Judge D. All of you roll me 1d4, and you'll take that much wisdom damage.
Oh.
And yeah, Zoo, just remember that's for Big, not you. You passed. Nice.
Did it go through? I didn't see it.
Yes, you got 1. So you take 1 wisdom damage. Osrin takes 4, unfortunately, and Big will take 2. And if you guys need help entering that in your sheet, I can direct you to the spot.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
It's in your attributes tab. If you find wisdom, there's a little box that says damage. You're just going to put the number in there, what you got. So you got 4, so put 4 damage. I believe it is damage.
Mm-hmm. I hope it's not drain.
Yeah, it's damage, because that's how we did it last time.
Yeah. And those that have not passed, as the cloud dissipates, I need another save. So just from Big, Judge D, and Osrin. This is meant to knock you out.
Oop.
Nice. Big shakes off the remaining smoke as the smoke dissipates. Oh, no! Two nat ones! Oh, Osrin and Judge D, I need you to roll me 2d6.
Oh.
Yeah, the last one's a big hit. So you're going to take another 5 wisdom. Judge D, you're going to take 10.
Fuck. That's not good.
Are any of you, are you both still up? Oh, okay, Judge D.
No, I'm unconscious. Yeah.
Kind of collapses to
Holy
the ground.
shit.
Is Osrin still up?
Sorry, you said it's wisdom damage, right?
Yeah. Osrin is barely still up.
Yeah, so your head starts getting cloudy, but the smoke is all gone now. And Judge D kind of like, ooh.
I'm going to walk over and I'm going to scoop up Judge D. Because there's not a way I can, that I can undo this.
And we can't do anything else because he was the only one that could disable these.
Yeah.
So I guess we're leaving and this failed.
Well, you say failed, but there's a chest full of a lot of money in there. And 2 magical rings you guys are ignoring.
I don't really want to be stealing stuff that wasn't our...
Well, they must have stolen in the first place, right? I mean, they're thieves.
That's the thinking that Ronald has, but Ronald's thinking is trying to find its rightful owners. So I think Ronald might actually lean down and say, "Look, if there was other stuff in there, we should at least try to find where it's supposed to go."
And we already closed that one up.
Yeah, the trap is disabled, so you could open it up and close it as you see fit.
Lord.
You want to take it, we can take it. I just want to get out of here. I'm not feeling good.
Yeah, I'll leave the coins behind since I don't know who they belong to, but I'll scoop up the rings and they'll also go in the pouch.
So, yeah, you would also realize that if you wanted to reattempt this, they'll probably be aware if they do check it. I don't know how fast you're going to come back here, but... So that's the trade-off. If you leave it, you'll probably... If they check it enough...
No, the problem is I've already taken the ruby coins, and they're going to notice that the trap has been sprung on top of it.
Fair enough.
That was why, if he'd have beat it by 10, it wouldn't have been a big deal, but he didn't beat it by 10. He came a little bit short of 10, so I think it's just best that we grab what we can and we consider this a lost mission.
Alright, so just the 2 magic rings, no coins?
Just the 2 magic rings. We'll figure out how to get it back to whoever previously owned it. Yeah. We had and they'll both go in my Pathfinder pouch because they don't really have any major dimensions. So one ring had feathers on it, and the other ring had a shield on it.
Yes.
Got it.
Well, that was unfortunate.
And then, I'll carry him out.
Yeah, you guys can be careful and carry him out and go back the way you came. You can relock the grate. And where you guys headed back to your tavern, or...
That's, I think, our only choice.
Well, is there anywhere we can get reasonably priced or donation level healing for that?
I can get lesser restoration in the morning.
Enough for both of us?
I'll get 3 castings of lesser restoration, but it's going to take us time anyway to get rid of it, and it's best that we not spend any extra money on it.
Okay.
This failed. This is just fucking pissing me off.
It happens.
Well, you can always go back, and it's not complete failure. You could, you can brute force the remaining chests. You could take the entire chest.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, we could do either of those things, but we also have to carry Osrin out.
I don't have to be carried. I don't.
Or not Osrin. I'm sorry. I meant Judge D.
Judge D.
We could force the other ones, but I don't think that that's necessarily a safe option, because then we could also end up fighting all the rogues, and we don't know if there's like a better than what we've seen rogue amongst them.
You weren't told about the double price thing. Well, everyone else knows if you end up having to kill them by unfortunate, you get paid double, triple,
or
even.
triple.
Yeah, but Ronald would not believe that's a fair deal.
All right, you guys retreat with your magical rings and ruby coins, and you head back into the Biss pot.
Shit.
You can rest the night, and I believe you hit your rest macros, you'll heal 1 ability damage at least.
To put in the spell before this.
Where's the rest macro?
It is
The little bed on the summary tab
Yes.
above health.
Okay. Thank you. This is just so disappointing.
And I will make today all lesser restorations for the party. My regular spell set, and jump back to here and rest. Doo-doo-doo. All right, and then let's see if the die roll is auto-programmed into restoration. Let's start with D, who's at 1. So D, you can heal back 3.
Ooh, nice.
Awesome. I'm at 3.
You should be at 4 now.
Oh.
Because you get 1 for the day's rest. And then let's give 1 to Osrin. Osrin gets back 4.
Thanks.
And then I feel like overall it's less relevant for D, since most of his stuff is intel replaced to get it. So I'm going to give the last one to Osrin. And then I can hit D the next day.
No.
But wouldn't have mattered either way.
How many is it?
1.
So yeah, after quite a few rounds of healing up some wisdom damage, you're all conscious and clear-headed, and you have before you these 2 magic rings.
All right, we need to figure out how we find the original owners of these things.
Don't we need to tell the guy that what happened with the job?
I suppose.
Seems right. He paid us half the money. We didn't complete it.
Well, I can go with you to help let him know.
I think we should just get that out of the way first.
All right. Then I gotta get back to making stuff, but I'll need one of your armors. So perhaps today should be a bit of a down day for all of us.
It's a fucking down day, that's for sure.
Setbacks happen. We can't be successful every time. Yeah, let's go see the Moroccan.
You go see the Moroccan. You find him at one of the tables, drinking. He sees you come in, waves you forward. My friends, how did it go?
Miserably.
Hmm?
Unfortunately, we had a bit of a trip-off on some poison. Took out my friend here really badly. You know, the one you made a deal with?
Didn't expect them to safeguard their chests so well. Well, it's not the worst thing in the world. So when are you going back?
Going back? You don't think
Yes.
they'll have moved everything to a different spot at that point?
I can arrange it that I can give you one more shot. But only one more.
I don't know if we have the skills needed to disable this kind of device.
You did it fine on one of them.
Ah, you were able to pass one of them. What was in the
Yes.
chest? Not mine, I guess. What do they have?
Nothing of your.
A bunch of coins and a couple of rings.
What kind of coins?
There was a variety of them. And the
Go
two
on.
rings, do you know who they might belong? Do you know how we could find a way to figure out who they belong to?
Nah, they're probably long dead. You can keep those. But the coins.
Long dead.
I don't know. They're a thieves guild.
I thought this was a thieves guild, not an assassins guild.
Who knows? They could have been stolen years ago. I have no idea. But the coins, man. Stay focused.
Why are you so focused on these coins?
I'm interested in their endeavors. What was it? Gold, mithril, ruby?
There was quite a number of gold coins in there. Mithril coins. Are there even? Do I even know of mithril coins? Have I ever seen?
There was mithril coins in there, yeah.
Oh, okay. Then and some mithril coins. Yes.
You didn't see any ruby?
Depends. What kind
Depends.
of ruby?
Well, did you see red
Only
coins?
one kind of ruby coin?
I believe so.
You can't just get a ruby coin that you can spend?
Not everywhere accepts them, but... So what, did they have ruby, gold, mithril, silver?
They had some ruby coins, yes.
They did. Were they separated from the rest in any manner?
They were in a tray on the top.
You wouldn't have happened to nick any, did you?
I took them all.
Did you?
Yes. They were all glowing for whatever that matters. How do you know about these coins?
I had it on good authority they had some rare coins. Are you willing to sell them?
I was told these things represent bad deals.
Really? Who told you that?
A dear friend of mine. I don't reveal the names of my friends.
Ah, very wise. I was told they can be exchanged for valuable services and items.
Is that part of what the bad deals they are linked to would do?
I haven't heard that part. I just heard that they're used in black markets.
Perhaps they should be destroyed.
Destroyed?
Yes.
You opposed to shopping in the subterranean markets?
Again, if they're linked to bad deals, then
Well,
no.
perhaps we can investigate this together, unless... Are you magically inclined? Can you investigate it?
I am indeed magically inclined.
I would pay
I'll
for...
show my my Arfin holy symbol.
Ah, cleric. I was told wizards could figure these things out. Are you sure you can get the details?
What does it mean to get the details?
Get the properties of it? I've heard of these coins, but I want to know more. I would pay you for any information you could give me. While it is you recover from this, I can arrange in a few days' time for you to make a second attempt at their chests. But I only can keep these people sedated for... kind of looks... a few more days. So you would have to go in 2 days' time, if that could happen. I'm willing to pay you for this trouble.
Alright, so you want me to figure out what's up with the coins.
If you can.
You want us to figure out what's up with the chest.
Well, just steal my chest back from me. You don't have to figure out what's going on with them. And I'm willing to...
Look, I'm not trying to be mean, but are you anything other than a money broker or some sort?
Well, I did say I'd offer to take those coins off your hands and I can investigate them, but it seemed like you were unwilling to part with them.
My issue is that... Go ahead.
I didn't say anything.
I thought you were saying something, sir. My issue here is that I cannot trust you to tell me whether or not these are good or bad deals. I don't know anything about you.
I can swear to share exactly what I learn of them, if you're willing to allow me to own them.
I'll offer you one. If you swear on Arfin, you'll tell me what it really is about.
He kind of puts his hand over his chest. I swear I'll tell you exactly what I find out about this coin. As long as you let me purchase it from you and it is mine at the end of this transaction.
Deal.
Alright, how much are you willing to buy it for? Or, how much would you willing to sell
Seems
it for?
very valuable to you, so how about 300 gold?
Ooh. 300 gold for one. Can we work in anything else? How about one of those rings? Or you don't present the rings. What about those rings you got? Are they valuable?
I'm not sure yet. I have not had time to
You said you wanted to find the original
identify
owners.
them. Yes, if they still live, I would like to put them back in their hands.
That seems like a fool's errand, but to each their own. Let me think. How about
I'll tell you what, you say they have their own value. You find out what the value is. And if it's valuable enough, you give me 300. Otherwise, we'll discuss what it's worth. But for now, up front, you give me 100 to start.
Well, to show my good faith in all this, I'll pay you the remainder of the fee for the original task. That should more than enough cover any of our brokerage here. And he kind of pulls out these 2 bags of platinum, sets them on the table.
All right. This is 20 platinum?
Yes.
Okay.
This quest seems to be a little bit easier than the one I got myself dragged over.
Excellent. So you allow me to take my coin now, or you want to wait to find out its worth?
I'll hand it to him.
Excellent. I will, of course, a man of my word, and to Arfin. I will let you know its value and what I find out. And he kind of just slips it in his pocket. All right.
In the meantime, we'll make a plan to get there in 2 days' time.
Yes, 2 days, same time, 2 hours after sundown. It's the last opportunity I can give you.
All right.
And, seeing how I'm dealing a man with Arfin, I feel like I need to be a little more forthcoming. If it's an issue, continuing with this, I believe that halfling will have met his demise in your next visit.
What has he done to earn such a thing?
I didn't have his life story, but I know he's stolen from many people. He's at least killed a few. That's all I know.
I'd prefer he'd be brought to inadvertent justice, but...
It was unavoidable, unfortunately, after last night's result. But I did not harm the others. They are kept sleeping. But for only 2 days, I believe.
If he has family, can you at least take care of them then? They deserve a fair deal.
He kind of rubs his eyebrow.
Doesn't take much to help a family at his pay rate, I'm sure.
For a man of Arfin, I'll look into it.
That's all I ask. Give him something fair.
All right.
Well, are we done here?
Yes, I believe we just have to shake on it. He kind of extends his hand out.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
I need you to make me a will save.
Figured. Please, high will, benefit me here. Nope.
Are you trying to deceive this man in any way?
I am in no way trying to deceive this man.
He kind of nods after a few moment. Says, "Pleasure doing business with you."
Yep.
And yeah, you guys can collect yourselves and discuss.
Well, I got you another chance there, Judge D.
All right. Wonderful.
Hopefully bad
Really
luck won't
want
fall upon
another
us the second
chance?
time. Protect myself, protect... Go ahead.
I assume I'm still low on the wisdom side.
Yeah, I think you're still.
fine.
You're still a little cloudy, but you
I
can.
want candy. Sweet candy.
Wait, how much wisdom do you currently have?
4.
I'm at 4.
All right, you have the wisdom of a giant maggot, and you're seemingly incapable of planning, apparently.
Candy. Sweet candy.
All right, let's get him some candy and a nap. In the meantime, I've got work to do. Perhaps I can get his armor ready.
Those pretzel logs were $5. This was not good, Aldi. Those were not good. They managed to have no flavor whatsoever, and they had cheese in them.
All right, well, yeah, I think then we can rest, sort of take the day off.
Yeah.
And I can enchant armor.
Excellent. Yeah, you guys can hit another rest and progress on your item that you're crafting. Finish it up or whatever if you can.
Yeah.
Progress my grade.
As a point of note that I didn't realize because I put it down wrong on Judge D's sheet, Judge D's armor was already upgraded. It was already +1. I just did not put the +1 because it had a 2 armor bonus, and it was before I knew that enchantment was or enhancement was a different range. But when I looked at the price, I was like, oh, that totals up to what it would have been for me to have crafted it.
Sounds good.
So then this will be for the buckler going to +1, which eventually I want to make mithril, but that's going to take more time. And then this will put the chain coat as well at +1. And so yeah, we should have a pretty beefy party of high AC characters.
Very nice.
Unfortunately, that does not help with these traps.
That part it does not, unfortunately. I agree.
I don't know, is Air Bubble a level 1 spell? I think it only does one person. I mean, you can guarantee maybe what's-his-face, Judge D can be immune to it.
I thought that was a druid spell. Oh no, it
Air
is on the
bubble?
cleric
I
list.
thought that was a druid spell too.
It is on the cleric list.
Oh.
Yeah, does it say you get to be immune to...
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I would rule you should, because you literally can breathe underwater, so it's like a set like bubble around your face that doesn't let things in. And it's a 1 creature minute per level. I'd let it work.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can breathe in airless environments. And, like, it keeps out water. So if you can keep out water, I would say you could keep out a gas. Just for practicality.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. Yeah. I want to argue against that, but that's not in my best interest. So I need to stop doing that, because I want to argue for GM versus GM reasons.
I mean, I probably wouldn't let it if it was, like, a huge mechanical thing going on, but it's literally like a heist thing, so I'll let it work. I'd say it's a temporary ruling in case it ever comes up in other...
Yeah, also just keep your mouth shut if it's going to harm the party.
But did you want to do any detect magic identifying on the rings this day?
I do want to try to identify them, so let's throw up a spellcraft here.
Yeah.
Actually, if I could have known going into it, do I get identify as a... I would have memorized that for the day.
I don't think that's a clerical spell, but...
I don't think it is either. And it's not on the... Nope, it's not in my domain either, so I do not get it. All right. So then, yeah, just plain old spellcraft on the... Let's do the feather ring first.
Sure. Oh, hell yeah. This is a ring of feather falling.
Yep.
It acts like feather fall, activate immediately if you fall more than 5 feet.
the one I was most sure about, and the other one, which I really wanted the answers to. Nope.
-6.
Nothing.
Well, you can try it on if you want and see what happens.
I am not putting on a ring I have not identified.
All right.
Ronald knows that is a bad idea because he has inadvertently made broken items and has learned the hard way. You don't put on a ring, you don't know you're not sure what it does.
Anyone else in the party want to do it though? Or is Ronald going to just snatch it up? No.
Ronald will not let anybody try it out
All right.
if they offer to. Well, I failed to identify both the rings, but definitely don't want to try something on if you don't know its properties, or you're not sure if you made it right.
All right. Anything else you guys are doing this day, or do you want to just kind of time skip this and say you relax and take it easy?
Yeah, I'm fine time skipping.
Yeah, I'd rather not run around, incapable of making plans.
And then I can heal up.
Yeah, new day. You can get your restorations back, and you guys already hit your rest macros, I think, for the new day.
I did not yet, but no, I did. And then, how is everybody looking? I definitely know I need to do a little more on Judge D. Ooh, 4 more back, Judge D.
I got the 9 wisdom now.
What's your max?
10.
Okay. So that's probably fine. And then, how is Osrin looking?
So I don't remember. It says +0, but it's red, and I don't remember what it's supposed to be. Oh, I have 2.
What's your damage show? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably fine too. And is the wolf looking mostly back to normal?
The wolf is absolutely back to normal.
Okay. Well, I might as well just use these anyway then. All right. This one's for Osrin, and this one's for Judge D because I planned 3 either way.
What was it?
2.
Great.
And then D, there you go. Everybody should be back at full.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I believe this is the day we need to head out and meet with the dwarves, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So let's take that trip if everybody's good.
We'll take that trip because things have been rough.
Sure, right. Just roll me a D100 for the journey. Holy smokes!
We're dead.
We're dead.
The party spontaneously combusts.
Also, okay. It shows the 2 halves of the number that it rolled, I guess.
Does it?
When you click on it, it shows 100, and then it shows a 10, and then a 0.
Oh, yeah, because that's normally how the dice comes. Interesting. I didn't know it did that. That's weird.
Nor did I.
But yeah, I rolled a natural 1 on my D100 early in the session, too. That's pretty crazy. I got both extremes of the session. What the heck is this?
Oh, fuck. If you aren't sure what it is, this is
I just haven't looked at a 100 roll in a long time, so I just didn't know what was there.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys are traveling on your way to... You're meeting them at the mine, or...?
Phoenix. Yeah, we're meeting them at the mine.
You run into a group of people. They are like 90 feet down the path, and from this, no perceptions needed. Whoever has the highest default perception can just notice this feature. You notice a bunch of these individuals. They all have this same signia on their armbands. So there's like 8 of them, and they have these like red armbands with this like blackened fist that's like on their armband. A few of them are on horseback, and a few of them are just walking. They seem to be all adventure-esque type people. They got weapons on their sides.
Not a religion I know of. Sorry, just figured I'd do that.
Yeah, it doesn't... Base knowledge of religion doesn't seem like any religious sigil. We can do a knowledge... history or... knowledge local. Would perhaps lend some insight on what this sigil, where it hails from.
D, that's you.
Oh, shit. I'm so used to being stupid. I'm like, I wish I could do that. I'm sitting here like, oh, man. Knowledge history?
History or local, whichever is higher for you.
Mm-hmm.
They're both at 2.
Okay.
Got histolocal.
Yeah, it definitely seems. What's that?
I was just gonna say, don't forget to put in your ranks, by the way, Charles, because it doesn't automatically do those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it does not automatically do ranks. You'll have to put them in.
I added those.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely something like it belongs to a certain house, or it's not a religious symbol, but you're not sure where it comes from. It must come from far away. It's nothing that you've come across in your time here. But they are just minding their own business, heading down the road. You guys will intersect unless you plan on giving them a wide berth or just passing by. They don't seem aggressive. They don't seem...
No, I'll meet with them. Other people traveling on the path, we met with the last group and they seemed fine.
Yeah, they're headed towards the city, obviously, as you're headed away from it. They just kind of... A lot of the ones on horseback, they don't even make eye contact with you. They just keep going straight. Some of the ones on foot will kind of just like look at you over and just kind of nod as they pass. None of them will strike up a conversation.
Yeah, I'll say well met as we pass, but...
Yeah, they'll just kind of nod and give you like a salute, like not a salute, but a little like head gesture. And they'll mind their own business unless any of you strike a conversation at all.
If they all seem very like focused on what they're doing.
Yeah, they a lot of them have like stern faced. They don't seem like any of them is like not. You don't even like overhear conversation between them. They all seem like very like with purpose and very not business, but like very professional. Not like speaking to one another. You get the idea that they're probably like a hired group or not friends. At least they don't seem like they're friends anyway.
Then I'll let them keep their space. I won't bother.
Yeah, they just kind of acknowledge you and walk past you, and you guys can continue on your way to the mine. No other.
Just feeling wiser, I suppose.
Yep. Yeah, you make it back to the mine. Again, your little halflings waving at you at the posts or whatever you want to call them, columns.
Have the dwarves been here yet?
Ah, yeah, they like, you call up to them and say, yes, they've just arrived moments ago. And they kind of scurry down, unlock the door, and then open it up and let you in. And this big courtyard has been cleaned up. There's not any of those cobwebs lying around anymore. There's a lot of tables set up and chairs, and you do see the dwarves with a pack of 3 or 4 dwarves and 5 or 6 humans. And they're kind of just talking to them as they notice you come in. They kind of wave them off and wave to you. They greet you in Dwarven.
Before I leave the 2 halflings, there's something very important I'll be needed to talk to you about before I go.
What's that, boss?
We'll discuss it later, but just don't let me forget.
Gotcha. And yeah, the party can make their way over to this table with a bunch of chairs set up, and the 2 dwarves are there, and they say, "Aye, we're here with the workers, as we promised. You got some iron for us to take."
We do indeed. I'll gesture to the boxes of it that they've brought up.
Excellent.
It's not much, but it's a start.
Indeed.
Workers here, we should be able to get things moving.
Now, you sure you didn't want that mithril? You wanted to just do pure coin for now, or what?
There is a little bit more mithril I would like. Perhaps if I can get... I've already got the 2 pounds. Maybe if I can get another pound or 2.
That should be fair.
Very good.
They have their card here. He kind of rummages through it. He takes out these... you said 2 pounds, right? Or how much?
2 more pounds.
Yeah, he takes out this big crate and just kind of slets it down in front of you and says, 2 pounds of mithril.
Excellent, excellent. Another question I have for you.
Aye.
You have a forge somewhere?
Kind of strokes his beard. Aye, we got access to one of the finest dwarven forges in this side of the world. It's kind of far, but... What, you wanted me using it?
If you were closer, I would. What we've got in town, I mean, it's nice, but the nicer I get, the more expensive it becomes exponentially. A little bit prohibitive at times. I'd like to build my own at some point. I had one before, but they really started ratcheting things down in the city there. Making demands for everybody's things. After a while, you just get tired of it. I'm tired of making the same sword for the same guard that keeps losing his. Or that keeps losing his head.
This conversation is all in Dwarven, by the way. I don't know if anyone else understands it, but he'll say...
Yeah, no. I kind of... It was the one time I caught it.
If you are willing to solidify our relationship, the dwarves have come into a very special forge. Very far away, but if you can guarantee us you want to supply us with this iron for the time being, we can let you use it. We can arrange and teleport in there and back as well. Although, it's very powerful. You can use it to... I'm just thinking if he knows of its downsides, which I'm reading now. There is no downsides, it seems. I'm not a holy man myself, but there are other dwarves who are making use of it that are. And they are saying that if you make a prayer at the altar, you accept its blessing and it gives you enhancements to crafting. But you don't have to. You can just use it and it'll be a normal forge. Well, normal for the fact that it enhances making magical weapons.
I think I'd like that down the road. Now, though, I don't think I have quite the skill.
I think any dwarf who's proficient in crafting can use it. I think
perhaps
resizing items needs a powerful willpower, but just making one, I think, is fine.
Let me think on it for now.
I've been told it takes half the normal time as well.
Well, I already make things faster than most people. And I feel like I'm on the cusp of making it faster, so it'll make it faster on top of faster?
I don't know. Maybe.
That would be worth experimenting with. Perhaps in a little more time. In the interim, though, right now you're the best supplier I have for the iron. There is more. There is some that we'll be using for ourselves, though, for a little time. But I'd like to keep making sure you get what you need. How much you taking?
As much as you have, we can take.
How does this compare to what I've taken in Mithril?
So the amount you have compared to how much Mithril they gave you is definitely you have more iron than Mithril. And as you're kind of like doing this in your head, they say, "We can just take what you've paid us, but we're assuming we're having a long-standing relationship, and of course, we'll discount you on any future item things you need from us. And as well, we're giving you access to that forge if you want to make use of it. But it's up to you. If you want to hold back some of your iron, we'll understand."
Why don't you go ahead and take half of it? And I'm gonna start a ledger of what they take.
All right. So yeah, if you are going to record it,
yeah,
they take. Where is my?
Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, I'm in the right game. Okay,
cool. Iron. They're giving you mithril. Okay, yeah.
They have given me a total of 4 pounds of mithril.
Yeah, and you have about 1,000 pounds of iron sitting around here.
Okay. Ooh, so I'm giving them 500 pounds of iron for now.
And yeah, I don't know if you want to give me an appraise check to know the current going rate of iron versus mithril, but
I'll leave that up to our expert in appraisal. Our expert rat in appraisal.
Jeez, I even just spacing out again. I don't know why I don't catch the appraisal. I'm so used to not having it.
nice. So, Judge D will know that 500 pounds of iron is roughly equivalent to 1 pound of mithril.
Okay. Oh, so then we actually owe them money.
Well, you've already given them iron. Some iron.
Oh, you're saying like outside of that, we still have another 1,000 pounds.
You have a total of 1,000, and I think you've given them 500.
Right, that would only be 1 pound of mithril, but I've taken 4 pounds of mithril.
In total, but right now you only took 2 pounds, which is technically...
No, I've taken 4, but I've taken 4 pounds total.
Yeah.
But
you have way more iron in the mine still. I'm just... The amount that's out here ready to go is about 1,000 pounds.
Well, we don't need the iron at the moment, so I'm going to give them what we have in the iron to pay off that.
Sure.
So we owe them 2 pounds of mithril.
Sure. They nod and they say, "Thank you. This will do great for the dwarves."
Excellent.
You haven't heard any rumors of the Queen finding out about this yet, right?
No movement so far. Nobody's speaking up about it that we're aware of. We've asked all the humans to keep their mouths shut or they might lose their jobs.
Yes, we've told the dwarves as well. Everyone's on the same page. And now with some proficient miners, you should be extracting much more out of here.
Perfect. Looking forward to it.
Excellent. He kind of just gives you that great big dwarven handshake. And they kind of just go off to seeing their workers getting settled in and they're helping set up the operations.
Then I will take the 2 halflings aside.
Yep. What's up, boss man?
I'm going to take out one of these ruby coins. Tell me what this is.
Looks like it's made of ruby.
Are you playing coy with me, boy?
No, what is it?
Damn.
Yeah, he seems to... Both him and his brother seem puzzled by this question.
Maybe they're not high enough on the food chain.
I'll put it away. I'm trying to figure it out myself.
We could ask around. We got some friends who work in town.
I'm pretty sure I know the friends that you got.
You met, You know our friends?
I'm gonna, describe the area that we tried to steal the stuff. I'm not gonna tell them we tried to steal the stuff from it, but I'm gonna describe the area we tried to take the stuff from. And be like, I've noticed that there are some similar people there to your...
Oh, yeah, some of our friends work out of there.
Did you?
No. We're not involved in that.
Then, again though, you didn't tell me who you were scooping up all that stuff for. You said yourselves, but that also sounds like it's what they do.
You see him getting, nervous, getting tripped up in his stories. All right. Don't get upset, boss man, but yeah, we used to work for them, but we work for you now.
You got any connections there?
Depends what you want. They might be a little upset we haven't come back. We didn't really tell them we were quitting. We haven't shown our face there since we've been here, so they might think we've been dead, or maybe they'll send someone to check up on us eventually.
One moment. I'm gonna walk back to the party. So this guy asking us to do this thing. Is there any dirt I can use against this guy? Anything that might make our friends over there more willing to get us in? They might be of use to us. They know people there.
Yeah, we don't have anything. Other than he's missing a chest.
No sort of threats he wanted to levy against them or requests he had for you?
He did want us to kill them all.
What?
He wanted
Says
us to kill them
something
all.
paying double?
I thought maybe you'd say, like, burn the place down.
No, he said slit their
I
throat
thought we
for-
told you.
Yeah, I think we did, but that's...
I didn't remember you saying
I
that.
kept saying no killing. That's what it was. Yeah, he wanted us to kill them all. And I told him we didn't do that kind of work.
What kind of man are we working for?
Somebody who lost something very valuable and doesn't want other people to know.
Perhaps not the kind of thing I should tell them then. Alright, I'll refrain. I'll go back over to him.
You're not upset, are you, boss man?
No, I'm glad we've gotten to the bottom of this. I need you
his
to be
brother
careful.
kind of like elbows him. He says, I told you we should have told him. Yeah.
I need you all to be very careful, though. I know that these are potentially dangerous people.
Who, our friends?
Yes,
They're not that bad.
these coins are linked to some very dangerous activity, and they happen to have had some of them.
Oh. They never done anything like that as long as we've been working. Well, what are you talking about? Like,
I'm not sure yet. I haven't gotten to the bottom of it.
oh.
Hopefully soon I will.
I can't believe it. I mean, they steal and stuff, but nothing that bad.
Well, I hope not.
Nothing we ever saw anyway.
All right, well, keep up the good work here.
Speaking of boss man, so, now that we're a little more in the open, we were just talking, and I mean it's completely okay if you're busy, I know, but do you have any a way to give us an advance on next week's payment?
I'll give them each a platinum piece.
Oh, thank you. This is too much, but
No, you're gonna also keep your mouth shut. If I hear even a single word of this, I won't just take your pay.
what will you take?
You don't want to find out.
You got it, boss man. They kind of give you a little bow and take the coin, shove it away, and then you kind of murmur them amongst
I'm
themselves.
scared now myself.
We'll get back to work right away. Make sure those dwarves and humans aren't pocketing any of the iron and doing what they're supposed to.
Aye, thank you.
And they kind of just scurry on into the mine.
All right. Well, I suppose we gotta get back and try again, right?
Yeah.
Not super excited about that prospect, but okay.
Well, that's a matter for next Eve. Eve coming. For now.
But yeah, unless you guys want to do any closing discussions or anything, maybe now's a good time to end it here.
Yeah. I think we should. I was thinking about this after I inhaled it. Fuck, we could have at least bought some masks to give us a bonus on the saving throw.
Well, we didn't know going into this that it was going to be here, so
Yeah, that's true. So
we now have the advantage of hindsight. Also, why does the combat carousel keep popping up now?
Oh, just because to give experience, it's easy if I do it
Gotcha.
through a
Trying to
combat
kill us
encounter. Just giving you
Gotcha.
guys experience. A lot of information gotten. And there you go. You should have all gotten your
Cool.
experience.
Yeah.
A lot of progression.
Boom.
And
yeah.
I guess on the docket for next week, you guys are going to try to do that thing again, and then potentially that goblin estate what's going on there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
The other item I'm going to be building, I'm going to be making in downtime. So I think that's going to be the easiest way to do it. It means it'll take a while, but...
Or you can do it twice as fast with this forge.
Yeah, but I want to make sure when I use it, I'm making a lot of stuff at that point. So
True.
This is not enough stuff yet.
All right. Yeah, if that's everything that needs to be done in session, we can end it here, and I can shut the stream. GG's. Stream.
GG.